Hi everyone, thanks for joining me, and welcome back to Davira's Dark Side. Today I'm trying to figure out whether the bodice is going to stay with the skirt, and as much as I do like a wraparound bodice, it's not really working for me. But it's a nice bodice, right? Yeah, I think it's nice too. I'm learning as I go along what I can and cannot do. And I can do a bit of magic. Right on. Okay. I'm showing you here is I'm taking the bodice, and again, I can't show you everything. It wouldn't be fair to KATWISE, but I can show you this. I think I can. So I am cutting the sleeve. If you guys get the PDF for this, you will understand why I'm doing this. And I am trimming the skirt so that I can make the skirt fuller, I would think. And you'll see at the bottom there, that is the bottom of the skirt. Like where I'm cutting down, where the long strips are, that will be the bottom of the skirt. Okay, so the panels, that's what I'm cutting right now. I forgot the name of it. So these are the panels. So once again, try and get the PDF. Because the PDF will make sense. It'll make a lot more sense. I don't know, actually. That's actually, first for me it did, but I'm a visual person, so. Okay, so I'm gathering the panels because I want to make this a different sort of skirt. And as you can see at the bottom of the panels, they're not where they're pointed, but where the width is wider. The width is wider. Okay, so the bottom here, you're supposed to trim it up. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and make it work for me because I want the back to point out and give it more of a Gothic witchy look, like a trail, the trail of a skirt. Don't know what that's called. I do know what a shark bite look is. Okay, back to the panels. The panels, what I'm doing is I'm lining up the panels to see, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, what will go, what looks good, what doesn't look good. Before Christmas, I think it was, we had a storm, and the storm blew out a lot of stuff. It blew out our electricity for 5 hours, and thank God it came back on because we were really cold. Canadian winters. You hear that? That sound? That's how cold it gets. When you can hear your footsteps under the snow, that means it's cold. Okay, so back to the panels here. As you can see, I'm gathering and sorting. And if some of your panels are longer than others, you can just trim them at the top. Don't trim them at the bottom, unless you want to, if that's what you want, but you'll lose your length because that's where the width is, that's where the skirt will poof. Poofy skirt. Swoosh. Swooshy. Using some on my mat.
To get to be a kid superhero, have them, say your character name. So besides gold, team members, we have Captain America. Captain America. That's a new one. That's on the same. It's on the same.
I am sewing this skirt together here whilst I watch Creature Features. So shout out to Creature Features. Shout out to Grimm Collective. If anybody else watches that. Are you wondering what they are? Go find out. Go find out. They're on YouTube. As you can see here, I am pinning. I've pinned the skirt. I will always pin first. Take a look at it on the video, and then after, if I'm happy, I will commit. Okay, so I still have the old bodice on, and I'm realizing this is not working the way that I want it to. I think I want something a little more structured with the bodice. I do like the bodice, it's just, it's not strong enough. And you'll find that in your creations. You will find that, and don't be afraid to change it. There's the new bodice. I'm going to switch the bodice up though, because I'm curious about other bodices. Does anybody else have vestibular issues? Balance issues with your ears? If you do, comment. Let me know. Okay, so I'm using another bodice here, a V-neck bodice. What do you think? Do you think the V-neck bodice or the turtleneck bodice? And you can choose smaller bodices. Like if they're tight, that's okay. That is okay. Because you're going to add on if you want. It's up to you. It's your preference. Whatever looks good. But as I've said before, go to KATWISE, katwise.com, and it's only $10 for the PDF, but you do need a serger. I can't stress that enough. Please. I know they're expensive, but it won't work. It'll frustrate you if you don't get a serger and do this. If you can do it without a serger, make a YouTube video about it and share it, please. And show us. Okay, so you got to do the stretch test. You got to do the dance test. You got to do all tests. This picture was commissioned by Irene Ferguson, Victoria's Charms Antique Store. She paints. She doesn't do it professionally, but I tell you, this girl, she's gifted. Bought a lot of her paintings. Okay, so I have trimmed up the bodice because it is laying on my hip in a way that is, I feel, that is not very attractive, and it's not emphasizing my figure. It's just making me look hippie. So I need to bring the skirt up because the skirt will flare out, which will complement the hip. Because if you are hippie, use a skirt that's going to flare out. Unless you want it to be tight and show off those hips. I'm hippie. I'm a powerful hippie. That doesn't sound right, does it? That's funny. So I have trimmed up the bodice. Use my magic here. And here's the result. I'm using part of my bodice for the waist part of the PDF of the sweater coat. You don't have to. You can do whatever your heart desires. If you want to use a waist, like if you want to use a waist kind of like belt sort of thing that she has in the PDF, you can. It brings out the artistic ability of you. So play with it. And if you run out of sweater, go to the secondhand store. A sweater there is probably, what, $5? And if you can't afford $5, then they have sweater sales in March where you can fill a bag for $5. It's a waiting game. Really. Like I said in my last video, people will purge in January and February, maybe even spring. But it's fun to go and see. Okay, so I have trimmed up the waist a bit here. And as you can see the flare coming out, it's a little more attractive. But if you're like me and you fluctuate in weight, the weight first leaves my hips. And I slim down. And then it works. But if you're not like me, try to work with it so that it works with your body, your shape. So this is almost complementing my body, almost. So I look like a big sack of potatoes right there, I think. So I think I need to bring the skirt up just a scooch more. Oops. Okay, so this is what's happening. I am going to have to cut the old sweater that I was making the black sweater coat from to put on the sleeves of the new one. So this sweater, this was the one that I had on to begin with originally. And these are the sleeves that I'm going to have to cut off. Because I'm not going to be using this bodice. The other bodice suits the sweater so much better. Okay, so that is, I guess I could call it the part 2. The part 2 of the Black Witchy winter sweater coat. Holy cow. So that is my next part 2. That's my next step, doing that. And I hope you guys stay with me because this has been pretty interesting. I'm not going to sew the bottom of the skirt yet. Like the top of the skirt is sewn. I don't know if I want to bring it up more. Not sure. Because I want it, because I am hippie, I wanna have it complement the hips. So that is up in the air right now. But for now, I'm just going to leave the bottom because I don't believe that I have enough, or I can find the rest of the sweaters that I've cut up and add to it, but the skirt is the circumference of the skirt is very wide. It's swooshy, and y'all know I like the swoosh, right? Okay, so that is my next step. That is what I'm going to be showing you. And stick around. We're gonna have fun. Okay. That's it for now. I'm gonna start working on the sleeves, and that is the next part 2, I guess, of the black sweater coat. I never know what to call it. The Black Winter Witch? No. The Black Witch? No. The black sweater coat. The witchy black sweater coat. Oh, help me. Somebody please. Please. Okay. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you I hope you join me in my next part 2 of this. Have a great day, and Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope everyone was safe, and everybody is safe, and stay safe. Okay. See you next time. Okay, I'm going now. Bye.